Are you ready to take your GM skills in a Madden 23 CPU versus CPU franchise to the next level? Choosing the right quarterback traits and ability is essential for dominating in the field and securing those all-important victories. In this video, I reveal the critical factors that make a great quarterback and why selecting the correct traits and abilities is the key to success. Learn how to identify the perfect quarterback for your team and gain the competitive edge you need to dominate the league. Watch now and discover the game-changing secrets that separate the best from the rest. I'm going to go over the current abilities and traits that I'm using and then also tell you the best abilities that you can mix and match together in traits so you can know exactly what abilities to try and what exactly abilities to pass up on. So I'm rocking pro reads, and for me, for a CPU versus CPU game where I actually watch the games, this is the best one without being cheesy. There's one overpowered one which I don't recommend you guys use in CPU versus CPU franchises because it's unrealistic and cheesy, but I'm going to go over that when we go over the abilities. But I'm rocking Inside Deadeye. This allows passers with this ability to have perfect passing accuracy on throws inside the numbers. I'm rocking Protected for a little bit more protection from my O-line. Fearless, I'm immune to penalties that may be caused by defensive pressure. Gunslinger, of course, and Set Feet Lead, passing ability. And because of me having Gunslinger, which every quarterback should have, I also have a certain release on, and that is Slinger 3. So we're gonna go right into the traits. I'm gonna tell you what traits I'm rocking and other traits that you can possibly have on. So the traits that I'm using, penalty I have at normal. They don't cause any penalties really. Throw ball away I have at yes. If you have a scrambling quarterback, you want this at no because you actually want them to take off. But even though my quarterback has 82 speed, he's more of a thrower and I want him to throw the ball. So if he's getting pressured, I would much rather him throw the ball away. Sense pressure at ideal. You can also kind of maybe possibly have this at average if you kind of want to be more realistic, but again, ideal is the best one because they're gonna have an ideal sense of pressure. They're kind of gonna know exactly where pressure is or have a sense of when pressure is coming. Forces passes, I have an aggressive. If you don't have good throwing stats, I recommend conservative because this is going to stop you from throwing those risky passes that will more than likely be interceptions if you don't have the throwing stats. But my quarterback actually has amazing throwing stats, so I keep this at aggressive because I want him to try to fit the ball in those tight areas. Fight for extra yards, no. Covers the ball, I don't know why this is on big hits. I want my quarterback to cover the ball all the time because I don't want him to fumble. For quarterbacks, always have this for all hits. None of this extra stuff matter. What this is supposed to do is determine how predictable that player or spontaneous that player. I don't think it has anything to do with actual gameplay, but this could possibly deal with them maybe retiring early or just wanting to go someplace else and testing free agency early. Predictability at yes means they're pretty predictable. Quarterback style have a balance because again, even though my dude kind of can run, I also want him to be more of a passer, but he has a little bit of legs, so I want him to actually take off. If you have a very slow quarterback and you don't want him to leave the pocket, keep that at pocket. And if you have a more Lamar Jackson build quarterback with like 90+ speed, put it on scrambling because then they're going to scramble more. Or if you do have a Lamar build but you still want them to actually be balanced, click balance. But for me, I want my dude to do a little bit of both and I keep it at balance. And finally, the styles. I have it Slinger 3 right now. You only want to pick Slinger 3. This is going to help on those deep passes. And my quarterback, I'm in a vertical zone playbook, so he does a lot of deep passes. And this is going to help him get the ball out way faster. But you only want Slinger 3 if your quarterback can get Gunslinger. If he can't get Gunslinger yet, use Slinger 1. This is by far the best release. It has been for a while. However, this is a sleeper in the second and really close to tied as long as you have Gunslinger. If you don't have Gunslinger, Slinger 1 is better. And if you throw a lot of short passes, Slinger 1 is better. But if you have Gunslinger and you throw a lot of deep passes, Slinger 3 by far is better. So let's get right into the abilities now. So for the abilities, we're going to jump right into it at the X Factor. There's really only a couple that really work for CPU versus CPU franchises. Again, you're not playing these games, so a lot of these user badges mean nothing. There's only going to be a couple that you can really use in a CPU versus CPU franchise, and a couple that I would use. Those would be Pro Reads, Gambit, Bazooka, First Run Free, Freight Train, and maybe escape artist. I'm gonna tell you straight up, if you want this to be a little bit realistic and not too cheesy, don't use Gambit. If you want to play cheesy, Gambit is by far the best X factor when you're playing against a computer, because with this ability, they can't be intercepted by AI defenders. As soon as you get this, you're not going to be able to throw any interceptions. I could throw straight to the guy 99 corner and he'll miss it because of Gambit. So we stopped using this in CPU leagues because it's just really cheesy in my opinion. But again, I use pro reads for my CPU versus CPU franchise because this actually highlights the first open receiver that they see and ignores defensive pressure. So as soon as Michael Orr gets this, he actually sees highlighted enemies and passes to them. And I see it working a lot. So this helps me get a lot of touchdowns or first downs in crucial moments. Now for the superstar abilities, there's a couple that you can go on. Inside Deadeye, of course, I would always probably use because this is going to be OP because as long as it's within the numbers, it's going to be a perfect pass, even if you're low overall, which actually really helps. Protected is going to give you better pass blocking from the offensive lineman. Your quarterback's actually going to get time to throw the ball. Fearless, of course, you're immune to that pressure. Gunslinger, you have faster passing speed and you release the ball quicker. And set feet lead, you have increased throw power on bullet precision passes. So I honestly think these are the best ones. But honorable mentions that you could also use in this, you could use red zone Deadeye to actually get better passing accuracy on unpressured throws inside the red zone. If you know that you have a tight end or know that you want to perform better in the red zone, boom, you have that at your disclosure. And I guess you could use closer and homer. I personally wouldn't because there's so many other abilities that you could use besides that. But those are also options, especially if you don't have anything else unlocked. Another honorable mention that I'm probably actually about to switch for is pass lead elite. It's kind of the same as set feet lead elite, but set feet lead works when your feet are set. However, pass lead elite actually gives you an increased throw power on bullet precision passes no matter what. So I'm actually going to switch to that, but you can go with any one of those, whichever one you have unlocked. Those are both overpowered and those are going to help you a lot. Another one is pocket Deadeye. You have perfect passing accuracy on all unpressured throws while your feet are set. So if again you have a pocket passer quarterback and you're mainly going to be in a pocket, I recommend putting that on instead of inside Deadeye because again you're going to be overpowered because he's going to have that perfect passing accuracy while he's inside. And those are really the only other ones that I would use. I wouldn't really use any other thing for your quarterback because a lot of these either suck or they're more for user versus user. I hope this video actually helps, and I hope that this video actually gets you your dream quarterback. Let me know down in the comment section if you enjoyed this video and if it actually helped. And if you like CPU versus CPU content and you're currently doing one and you wanted realistic sliders, you can click the video on the left. And if you wanted realistic XP sliders for your CPU versus CPU franchises, you can click the video on the right. I love you guys to the moon and back. I'm out. Peace.